Man, what's going on? Following Johnny Walker's loss to Corey Anderson, who do y'all feel should get a shot at Jon Jones? Now, lately, Jon Jones been throwing shots at both Corey Anderson and Israel Adesanya, and I think that it's safe to say that he's not going to get the Izzy fight no time soon, seeing as Izzy has a whole list of middleweight contenders that's just climbing the fucking rankings, and everybody's is a threat. Whereas Jon has the most lackluster division in the whole UFC. Like, I think it's safe to say that there's nobody for Jon to fight. Like, they're all just done, man. Like, compared to what the light heavyweight used to be, like, it's just sad. And at this point, I say Jon's best bet is to bump up. Like, bump up and try to either get a fight with Francis, Anthony Johnson, if Anthony Johnson decides to come back at heavyweight and not light heavyweight, or even fight Derek Lewis or even Curtis Blade, because I feel as though with this light heavyweight division in the state that it's in, his best bet is to bump up and let it build and what it could be. Hopefully, it can make some new challengers. But at this point, bro, Jon Jones, like, with his legacy and everything of being the greatest of all time, if he keep just beating these lackluster opponents, man, like, I'm sorry to say it, but it could stand a chance of fucking up his legacy. I mean, it's definitely saying how great this guy is, because technically Jon Jones is undefeated. Nobody has defeated Jon Jones in his career or in the octagon. That Matt Hamill loss was some bullshit, and I personally feel that it should be overturned, and it should have been overturned a long time ago. But as far as everybody in the UFC and the light heavyweight division, he's literally beaten almost everybody there is to beat. The only people he hasn't beaten is Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz, and they are way past their prime, so at this point it wouldn't even fucking matter. I would like to see Jon bump up and probably get that second title. You know, DC is stating that it's his last fight, so win, lose, or draw, if he fights Stipe, I feel as though Jon should bump up and try to go for that second belt, because I feel like it'll only solidify his legacy and proving that he's the greatest of all time. And, I mean, I think even without it, he can still solidify the greatest of all time, but Anderson Silva did it, you know. Demetrius Johnson started at bantamweight, and the DC, of course, had both the light heavyweight and the heavyweight at the same time. So it's like, I feel like Jon should give it a go and go for it, man, and just prove that he's the greatest and just solidify himself. Well, in that case, I'm out.